Yo, all the way from the 212 to you, it's your boy Jae Millz, and make sure you check me out on the Bootleg Kev Podcast.
Bootleg Kev Podcast special guest in here, my guy, Jae Millz. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, always.
First episode was legendary.
Yeah, man, I got in a lot of trouble for some shit that I didn't even say, but I guess I said it, and it got spun a different way. I had some media training since like June.
What did you get in trouble for saying?
I'm not gonna say it because I might get in trouble again.
Did you? Well, you talked about a lot.
That media training right there, boy. I'm good.
You talked about a lot.
Nah, you know, just the whole when we was having rap albums discussion, and we was talking about like the Jay and the Kanye and
the writing stuff.
Well, if we gonna say Quentin Miller did this for so and so, then why people don't say this for this? Not I say it. Like I'm smart enough to know Kanye West doesn't write for Jay-Z. We're all smart enough to know that. But like once the interview came out, I looked, I was like, oh shit. I said a lot of shit in that interview. I put a lot of respect on people's names in that interview, but that wasn't the focal point. That's not what we're gonna get. You said basically in metaphorical terms, you basically said this person writes for this person. So I had to kind of just eat that. I ain't jump in the comments and go back and forth. I was like, I get it.
No bite back from any of the Young Money stuff you shared? Nah.
I did feel like Wayne had kind of like took a shot at me when he said I could flip a Jae Millz to a fucking Meek Mill. When I first heard it, I was like, hold on, what that's about? But then I thought about it. I was like, nah, I know Wayne. It's not really that.
I didn't hear this. I didn't hear that bar. What was this on one of his new verses?
I think it was on his latest joint he put out. But then I'm smart enough to know Wayne, and it's like, when I thought about it, it's like, even if that is what he said, I'm not mad at that. Like, because when you met me, I was like a Jae Millz, and you took me to another level. So and I'm gonna keep it real. Even if Wayne was to diss me, I'm gonna keep it real. Just where I'm at in my life right now, and being like respectful on some shit, like you gave me like a platform, you like kind of help rebrand me. I don't even think I would go back at him. That's out of respect for him. I just would be like, you got that off. It was good. Light a blunt up, man. It's not like you hate me. It's not like you ain't got no love for me no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why feed into it like that? I still speak to him. I just spoke to Mac the other day. Shout out to Mac, man. Shout out to Gutter Gutter.
Lil Wayne's birthday was recently, yesterday?
Yeah, happy belated to Wayne, man. You know, another lap around the sun. It's always good to see somebody make it to another year. So
yeah, well, there it is. Yeah, I was like, man, I wonder how this is gonna. Some of the stories you shared were some.
Man, you want to know some? Remember when I hit you when you announced you was leaving the station? I was like, yo, bro, did I get you in any trouble with the interview? Like, I had to hit him. I was like, yo, did I say anything that got you in trouble at the station? You was like, nah, I got some whole other shit in the works right now. Don't even worry about it. I was like, all right, I'm just.
And I'm back on the station that let me go. Except for I'm doing it in my terms.
Come on, man. Congratulations on that, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, no. That was just, some corporate budget cut bullshit, It happens. It happens, man, in any business.
It happens.
Entertainment specifically, radio specifically, everyone's, cutting budgets, man.
How you feel about being back on the station?
I mean, it's cool. I launched the show and then they picked it up as an affiliate. So it's dope to be able to be like, hey, well, like, I am on the station, but I don't work for them. So I'm on every night, but I don't work for them. So the good parts about being on the station are there. Some of the cool relationships I still have. I mean, I never lost any relationships at the station. It's just now I kind of the shit that I don't like to do or that I wouldn't like about dealing with, having like all staff meetings and blogging and shit and like stuff I don't want to do. I don't have to do any of it. Yeah. I just do me.
So you kind of just got your own lane. You can just rock.
I'm on the shows all over the country. So I do one show every day and it runs in a bunch of markets all over the country.
So did you have that same leverage your last lap at the station?
Nah, because the last time I worked at the station, I moved from, I was in Tampa, then I went Tampa to LA and a little pit stop in Phoenix. Nah, of course not. I mean, they gave me a great opportunity, and coming to LA changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but like I was already thinking, like when I was in the pandemic and I was able to like not have to go to the radio station every day, and we were voicing our show from home because everything was shut down. Yeah. It gave me so much flexibility to like get so much other money. And
congrats on the situation, man.
Yeah, so it was already something I wanted to do, so it worked out, man. And Doc Winter, shout out to Doc. Doc's a real one. AO's a real one. They didn't let me go because they wanted to. Clearly, they brought me back. Yeah. So
shout out to them. Man, what was good with the artists you working with, man?
Oh yeah. We got a little label that we have ready set.
A little label.
I mean, it's a little right now.
A little label.
Nah, but we just put a record out that's doing well with T-Pain featuring it's Alexis featuring T-Pain. So yeah, man, we working.
You want to know some funny shit? I'm gonna just let y'all know how good I am, right? You see how I just went into journalist J mode real quick? I just started interviewing him. He doesn't even realize that this whole interview, I've been interviewing him.
Could this be because you have some journalist stuff coming down the pipeline?
Man, I just been in some media training since June, and people have been telling me how to work this little media thing. So
why'd you get media training? Because of our interview?
Definitely.
They're like, yo.
Definitely. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I went to Miami, right? I was out there for my boy's birthday, and I was kicking it. I was actually out there for Vato's birthday. Shout out to Vato. I was out there for his birthday, and we pulled up on Nori. Anytime I'm in Miami, I always pull up on Nori, kick it with him, chop it up with him. Never really take pictures, post videos and shit like that. Just kick it with him. Same thing I was saying with you. Like, I've known you for years, and I never sent you a clean version of no records.
Right.
Because my relationship ain't like, yo, can you play this on the radio? Can you play this on the radio? And Nori was like, you know what happened at the Bootleg Kev interview? It was a great interview. He said, you just didn't learn how to create your own clickbait yet. He said, when you learn how to create your own clickbait, you're going to be a beast with this shit. He said, you give them too much. You don't give them a chance to ask you nothing. I said, you know what? You're right. And then when I, got this new situation, I had to learn how to like shut the fuck up because I'm working with other people and I'm in a writer's room. And it's like, so I'm bringing ideas, but it's like 4 or 5 other people with ideas. So you got to learn how to get your shit off. Get your shit off quick, shut the fuck up, and then kick back. So I would just want to interview you real quick. Actually.
Wait, so can you talk what can you talk about anything yet?
Yeah, it's just some media shit, a new show. It's an upstart show. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that much, but it's an upstart show, some new shit, something that never been done before. So it's not like I can't go to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like if I really wanted to, I can't really talk to Nori and get no insight on it. Like if I wanted to hit Gilly,
right,
I couldn't hit. If I wanted to hit Joe Button, I couldn't. If I wanted to hit you,
so it's gonna be is it gonna be a podcast or a TV show?
No, it's a show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a reality show. I'm not going on a reality show. Nothing. It's like.
Are you hosting the White Rapper Show's Resurrection?
I'm hosting, but I'm not. I'm not doing no shit. Like it's something that never been done. It's something I'm excited to do. I'm excited for the people to see it. I'm gonna let them announce it and do their media thing with it. But I'm excited. It's some dope shit, man. It's some dope shit. I'm excited to be able to do something that's not so. I don't have to be rap. Like when we was talking about the Nas shit. Nas don't really have to put out no music right now.
Yeah, I'm glad he is.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he is lets you know he love this shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
He love it. He ain't doing it for the money.
Both King's diseases are, I actually think this new one is much better than the first one.
They both dope. They both classic, man. And it just feel good to finally... Classic. In their own way.
I don't know about a class. I mean, they're both really fucking good.
In their own way. In their own way. I don't want to get up here and start comparing this album to this album because that's how you get in trouble.
Throwing that C word around. I don't know. We'll see. Shout out to Hit Boy. That's my brother, man.
Shout out to Hit Boy. Hit Boy and Nas got a real... Their dynamic is insane.
It's great. And the thing is like Hit Boy is a West Coast guy, but he be getting in that bag, man. He's the GOAT. I think Hit Boy is like one of the greatest of all time. His range is insane. The type of shit he could do.
Definitely. I got a new project out called Don't Call Now. I pulled up, played you some joints early before it came out. Yeah, let me know you was fucking with that. That made me feel.
Why is that title important?
I kind of started recording Don't Call Now. I'll probably say before the summer.
Yeah.
But I kind of got caught up on this new situation that I got, right? And then I was at that point where it's like, do you really even want to put this shit out right now? You want to just focus on closing this deal and doing what you're doing over here? And I did that. I did everything that I had to do handling that all through the summer. So that's kind of why I was just on some low shit handling that. But it's still something in me that's like, yo, write this, you got to finish this song. And it's like, nah, you really don't. You really just chill and just get this bag right now. But it's something in me that's like, yo. So then I had this moment where I'm like, damn, you figured it out, my nigga. You figured out what's gonna work for you right now.
Right.
And it's like, damn, you don't even got a manager. You don't even got an agent. You don't got a publicist. You don't got a PR person. You don't got none of that. So you went out and you closed this deal dolo. So can't nobody say, but if it wasn't for me, nah. Everybody who could say if it wasn't for me, when they come to me, I done lost all that shit.
Right.
I done lost all that shit already. So anything that you could say if it wasn't for me, God took that away from me. I had to get all this shit back on my own. So don't call now. There's no reason for you to hit me up now because I don't need anything from you now. So if you fuck with me, cool. But you don't got to hit me and be like, yo, bro. Nah, it was wild times I needed that, yo, bro. I ain't come out here and be like, yo, my mental health was bad. I needed, you got kids, got my fiance, I got my moms, I got my brother. Yeah. But it was times where you feel like, damn, ain't nobody fucking with me. Like, damn, what's the conversation when my name get brought up? It was times where I wondered that. You know what I'm saying? It was times where it's niggas that you done did millions of verses for. It's niggas when you was on Young Money, you was on tour, and Wayne probably ain't even want you still entertaining Dat Piff projects and shit like that. You still throwing niggas on your shit, you getting on niggas shit. But then when your ball kind of slowed up on the field, like, yo, bro, can you post this for me? And for a while you do it, and then you be like, hold on, you asking me to post some shit for you that you ain't asked me to get on?
Right.
That's I can't even see myself doing that shit. So now it's like, nah, don't call now, man. I figured this shit out. And I ain't really pressed to get on your mixtape or get on your album no more. Like I ain't, and you shouldn't be pressed to get on mine because it's blatantly clear that it's different. But fuck, maybe I'm just at that point in my career where it's different and it's not what it was with a lot of people. It's time for new relationships. It's time for new money.
Right.
I don't handle you like, I ain't really got no history like that with you, so I ain't about to pull up and rap on your show. And
right.
It's like, nah, fuck with you. Like, you gave me valuable information at a time where you ain't have to. You could have just said, yo, come rap on my shit and let me get some views up. It's like, nah, you know what I think you should do, bro? You know what would be dope? I think you should blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I value that shit. So that's why I don't mind coming doing this type of shit. This shit that I'm doing right here, I know my interviews are monumental. I know I could talk. I know I got wisdom. I know I got jewels. But now I'm at a point where I don't even want to come talk to y'all now.
Right.
A lot of y'all, it's like we could have been did this. I could have been came and rapped and chopped it up, light up a blunt, talk my shit. But y'all don't want that until they announce what they gonna announce. So
that's real.
Don't call now, man. I'm gonna give you the head start. Like don't even congratulate me. It's fuck it.
Is it already attached to like a major
streaming platform? Yeah.
So like a Hulu or a Netflix type of platform. I'm not saying either one of those specifically.
Yeah, streaming platform.
Oh,
big
that's
streaming
dope.
platform.
Huge.
Film at a nice lot.
Fire. Rhythm and Flow season 2.
I'm not a judge on anything.
I don't know.
I'm not a judge.
I don't know.
You know, but shout out to my team. Shout out to my partners. You know,
I'm not going to keep guessing. I'm pretty good at the guessing thing, and
I'll tell you off the camera.
Okay.
Off the camera.
No, that's big, man. You know what we didn't talk about? So you're from Harlem.
Definitely.
What were your thoughts on the Lox Dipset versus? I know it's been a while now, but I'm just curious. You know, obviously, Dipset being the biggest entity to ever represent that Harlem flag, you know. What were your thoughts on what happened there?
I think with the Dipset Lox versus, first of all, shout out to the Dipset, shout out to the Lox. What they did with the verses was monumental because you never seen it like that. That shit looked like a concert.
Definitely.
You had never seen people that close to the stage. You had never seen that many people on the stage.
Right.
You had never seen that people around the
That
stage.
shit looked like Summer Jam or something.
That shit was a real event. And in Harlem fashion, you know, they had to show up fashionably late, you know. The niggas from Yonkers was like, get your ass out here. And they made it a show and it was entertaining. And
right.
I like that. And I like the fact that even through watching it, I was like, damn, Styles pulling Cam's shoe. And
it was crazy.
They took the bandana and threw it on the floor, and then L's, and they was all in their face. Go uptown to Harlem. And I'm like, I love it. But at the end, to see them be like, yo, we about to go on tour. That did it. That did it for me. It's like, oh, they did this for the city. They did this for the culture. But now that we got that out the way, the sequencing for the songs for Dipset, I think, was we gonna build up the momentum. We gonna start out with this, and then we gonna get to this, and then we gonna get to this. And I think the Lox was like, nah, y'all forgot about this. Ain't nobody in the world you know hotter than Kiss. But they did the back and forth, back to back. Then they going into freestyles. Then they going.
Yeah, I think to me that was like the showmanship and the performance value of.
And even when
Kiss going in over who shot you,
I gotta stand up. I gotta stand up for Harlem. There was a few times where they was like, hold on, they rapping over. Look, this is real hip hop. We no vocals. It was a few of them songs that had the vocals. But Addy Kiss was in rare form. I know that type of vibe that he was on. That wasn't Jada drunk. That was a different type.
No, Jada was fucking lasered in.
But that was, I'm getting ashes everywhere.
It's the best verses ever. It's either that or I think it was the best one ever. I think it for me before that it was the Gucci Jeezy one, but the Dipset shit was way ahead.
Look, people, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of in journalist J mode. So if it feels like this is an interview of an interviewing, it's just don't worry about it. Because I have questions that I like to ask people because that's my job now. So I like to ask questions and get opinions. What did you think about the Ja Rule Fat Joe verses? While we're speaking on verses, great transition.
I probably missed.
Wonderful.
I probably missed like the first 10 minutes. I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know how it started. I thought that it seemed as if the second half, I thought Joe came out with a bunch of records that he thought were like bigger. They were big, maybe like on the rhythm radio chart, but they weren't like big, like in the, oh shit. Like he did that's what I think. I think for the most part, Ja Rule controlled the battle, but I do think Joe made up for it at the end. So I thought it was actually pretty close. I know everybody's like, Ja Rule won. I was like, I don't know. It was kind of close. Like
it was the sequencing once again.
I think Fat Joe ended it great. I think like if we're talking about like, I think Fat Joe won the fourth quarter for sure. I just think like, I don't know. I'm not sure like what they thought was going to happen because Fat Joe has obviously got radio records, but he's also like a part of DITC. He's, you know what I mean? And to go against Ja Rule really don't have that kind of pedigree. So the kind of records I would have liked to have seen Joe really tap into, like I don't think he did My Lifestyle, right?
He did.
He did. See, I missed that part.
But this is the thing. You forget that Ja was on Murdergram. You know what I'm saying? You forget that Ja even had them. This is the thing. It's only 20 records.
So I missed Ja Rule doing Holla Holla. I didn't see that. I missed like a lot, to be honest. But then once I started tuning in, I thought Fat Joe was leaning into the Jada shit a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. But it was cool. I mean, you know, it was probably my least favorite verses so far. And I love Fat Joe.
I liked it.
The
verses thing is a little... sometimes the matchups could be tricky.
There was a point in time where I was like, this is the worst versus battle ever. But then it started to get better.
In the Ja Rule,
I tweeted that. I said, this is the worst versus battle ever.
I was glad to see people be able to like remember like, oh shit, Ja had some shit.
Now, Ja Rule's a legend.
50 came through. 50
came through and ended his career.
It was so much of like a like, damn. Because Ja was selling so many
even
records.
like him performing Clapback, right? Which was like, one of the best Scott Storch beaches ever. Scott Storch.
It's just that.
But what's crazy is when that song came out, even though it was hard, no one gave a fuck.
That was G.
It was over.
G-Unit was steamrolling at that time.
It was already over. So he put out, even though Clap Back, that beat was crazy.
And I'm a Ja fan. I'm a 50
Yeah,
fan.
but like he performed Clap Back like it was a joint, and I'm like, yo, this beat was crazy. This song was cool, but like no one gave a fuck when this song came out.
When the beat came on in there.
I mean,
That's the thing about verses. It's like, where's it housed at? Where's the presence? Where's like, because I felt that way about Jeezy and Gucci. I was like, Jeezy got way, but Gucci got a lot of records, but Jeezy records was bigger. That's what I thought. Oh, Jeezy got the bigger records.
I think record for record,
But
Jeezy smokes Gucci. The presence of Gucci. I think Gucci just came out disrespectful as fuck, and we've never seen that. Like, Gucci literally came out talking about, I killed your man. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, Jeezy, record for record, and I love Gucci, and I know that in certain circles, most circles, Gucci, no one can beat Gucci. But I think in the versus spectrum, Jeezy washed him. With that being said, it was close because of the disrespect. We've never seen that disrespect before.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was crazy. But Fat Joe, Ja Rule, I'm a huge Fat Joe fan. I think he's one of the most slept on artists ever. Like lyrically,
Fat
like he's
Joe
a beast.
is one of my favorite artists of all time.
I just don't know, man.
First album I had was Jealous, One's Envy.
Like I just think some of those records he performed were cool. Like that Ass Up Face Down record with Dre. Like I just don't think that record.
It was the.
I don't know if it was versus worthy. And I understand the point he was trying to make. I still got records.
Sometimes the platform is so big. It's like, how could I not bring my man out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it ain't even that.
The platform is so big. It's like,
it's not even him bringing Dre out. I think he was trying to prove a point that he still has current records that have been coming out. But like some of those records might not be the best fit for the platform of verses in New York.
I got you. How did you feel about Fat Joe performing? Well, I don't know performing, but playing the pun record.
Twins?
I don't know. I think he played a pun record he wasn't on.
I didn't see that part. That had to be early.
Did he play?
Because I'm like, yo, there's no way he doesn't perform Twins.
No, he did Twins and he brought Rem out. Shout out to Rem. That was dope. That was dope to see Rem come out and do Pun's part.
The thing about like Joe is like, if it's, I don't know, man. I don't know if I guess when you see it, Fat Joe versus Ja Rule makes sense, but I don't think it made a lot of sense. I think Fat Joe's more like, got a lot more like that real rap shit that I'd like to, if he would have went up against Jadakiss, that would have made sense. But Jada would have won. But it would have made more sense to me because
I'm gonna look into the camera and I'm gonna say this right.
Who did Jada battle?
This is a PSA from Jae Millz. Jadakiss cannot be in verses anymore. There's no, I don't think any sort of way that he's involved in verses. Remember how like on 106 in Park they had to like retire Bow Wow shit. It was like, yo, like come on, yo, this doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, Mr. 106 in Park.
Jadakiss is Mr. Versus. Solo,
yeah, I mean, listen, and then I knew a lot of people who thought Fab was gonna be him. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
And shout out to Fab.
Fab's a legend.
This is one thing.
Fab is a legend.
And I seen they had a 20th anniversary for Fab first album. Like Fab,
September 11th.
As a New Yorker and a dude who was like heavy in the mixtape era at that time and used to buy the J Arms instrumental freestyle, instrumental mixtapes and write my freestyles to him. Fab was like God to people from that era.
Oh,
like,
Fab is
the stacking the punchlines on the punchlines, not waiting for the 8th bar or the 4th bar. Now I'm coming in on the 1st bar with some crazy shit.
Yeah, I hope all the soul tapes end up on the DSPs.
Soul tapes are classics, man.
Yeah,
soul tapes are classics. And Fab, what's the other one?
Fab's best shit, unfortunately,
From Nothing to Something. Is the one with Junior Reed? They had the song with Junior Reed, Gangsters Don't Play. Then they had the joint with T-Pain. That album was crazy. That album was insane. But
I think Fab's best shit isn't on the DSPs, unfortunately. Like the soul tapes, I think is his best. I think that's his like, And what's the 2 tapes he just put out? The first one I loved. Fuck. With the like vintage 80s, 90s looking artwork. The last two projects he put out, they were both.
I don't know.
He just puts out a lot of mixtape shit, and I'm like, bro, I think Fab would thrive as an independent artist.
Is Fab still on Def Jam?
I sure think so. Probably. Shout out to Def Jam. No idea what they do for their artists anymore. No fucking clue. Like, oh, you're on Def Jam? What's that even mean anymore?
Oh, shit.
Fredo Bang just asked to get off of Def Jam. Shout out to Fredo Bang. Who do you think, if you had to pair Lil Wayne against someone in the verses, who would, Birdman said, he would battle himself.
Wayne. I feel like there's certain people that's just like, nah.
No, those certain people got to battle each other then.
I feel like Wayne is in that boat. I feel like Wayne is.
I think it's Drake.
I saw something today, right? I saw a tweet and it said, like a happy birthday Wayne tweet. And it said some shit like, Wayne been rapping for 25 years. He put out X amount of albums, 12 albums or something like that. Said he gave us Nicki, he gave us Drake, he gave us Young Money, and he's still in his 30s. Salute my nigga Wayne, man. When you think about
Lil Wayne's
some shit
not even
like that,
40 yet?
Nah, man. Me and Wayne the same age. Same age. So when I see some shit like that, it's like, damn, been rapping for 25. He been not rapping for 25
That's
years.
impressive. That's crazy.
He been in the industry on the charts, bling bling every time we come around. He been in with the. He been 25 years. Gave you Nicki, gave you Drake, gave you Tyga, fucking gave you Jae Millz. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to be like, yeah, but Millz, you was out before that. He helped rebrand me, so I ain't going to like not acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? He did all the dedications, the Carters. He did all that shit. He went through his ups, his downs. He bounced back. Went through it with Birdman, all that shit. And still in his 30s.
Hey,
come on, man. He's one of them people. No, he is. No, who do I think Wayne could go against in verses? He's in the room where it's like him. They keep saying Drake too. I think Drake is in that room
Pimp,
too.
Drake, Hove, Kanye.
Drake, Hove, Kanye, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige.
I don't know.
Snoop and DMX. I would have said, nah,
I love
they in
Mary.
that room
I love
too.
Mary, but Mary's not in the room.
Mary's in that room.
No,
I think like Mary, Mariah Carey.
Mary ain't in the room.
In that room. I honestly feel like Jermaine Dupri, Puff, Dr. Dre, Pharrell, they in that room too. I heard what Jermaine Dupri said about he's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. This isn't a songwriter's verse.
I don't see a world in which Mary could beat Beyonce in a versus. All those other names you mentioned.
You want to know what's crazy?
There's a world in which they all can beat each other.
I don't think it's so much about.
You're messing them right.
No, look, Beyonce was in a group. Beyonce got Destiny Child bag. She got Beyonce.
Beyonce will. What I'm saying is all those names you mentioned, right?
Listen. I'm part of
Mary's not
the
in the
media.
room.
I'm part of this shit now. You will not.
Mary's a legend, but she's not in that room.
You will not say this while we are in the same frame. You will not say this.
No, Mary's amazing.
Because I felt like you was about to say obliviate. Like
obliterate.
I felt like
Beyonce would obliterate Mary J. Blige in a versus battle. She will obliterate her in a versus battle. It literally would be not a good look for Mary to do that. It would be a horrible look. Beyonce?
Look, bro. I thought look.
Mary is a legend.
You know what?
But when you said all those names, all those people could beat each other.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not saying who could beat each other. That's
no. I'm saying that all those people you could put.
Who's in that room? Mary's in that room. Mary's in that room.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, Mary's in that room.
I don't know.
What's the 411?
Mariah's not in that room.
Wow.
She ain't. She's not in the room. She's in the room next door with Mary.
So you telling me Mariah Carey and Mary J
aren't in the room with Beyonce?
In the room. Listen.
No.
It's a room. Drake is in that room. Wayne
Drake
is
can
in
be
that
in there.
room.
Wayne can be in there.
Mary, Mariah, Beyonce, they in that room. Missy, she in that room, bro. She in that room.
Listen. No disrespect to Missy Elliott.
No, listen.
This
crazy. This is all disrespect that you're saying. I'm not even gonna let you get away with it. Journalist Jay is in the building. Let's get it going. Listen. I cannot let you do this. I can't let you do this. They are all in that room.
I actually don't think.
Hold on.
I don't think anyone's in the room with Beyonce.
You could if you wanted to put Beyonce in a class by herself.
No, she's got a loft above the house.
You know why I don't get mad at you saying that? Because
Beyonce?
Because it may be people.
Who's gonna battle Beyonce?
Look. It may be people that looked at that the same way when Birdman said that about Wayne. So I get it. It's to each his own. I get your opinion. I'm just saying I have a different. I feel like they're all in that room. So I just feel like there's certain people that
I think there's a tier below the tier you're talking about, and it's like Mariah, Mary.
I feel like that shit it's a one level green room. I don't feel like it's any tiers. See, I feel like they all just sitting in the room.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
I feel like they're all in that room.
Listen, Mariah's a fucking legend.
I don't feel like Jermaine Dupri.
How about this? Maybe I was a little disrespectful to Mariah because
when I say I don't feel like Jermaine, I don't want to say that Jermaine. I don't feel like Jermaine Dupri should be like, oh, Jermaine Dupri could battle or Puff could battle Dr. Dre. It's certain people that's like, nah, Pharrell, Dr.
And you know
Dre,
what?
Puff,
you know what?
Jermaine Dupri, Missy, Mary, Mariah Carey, Beyonce, Lil Wayne, Drake, Jay-Z. Those type of people, they in that room over there, like, and it ain't even. You can't even get in from the outside. You got to wait for one of them to leave. The thing is
Mariah did put out a greatest hits. It was just called The Ones.
Yo, you know what I heard on the radio? You know what I heard on the radio the other day?
So maybe Mariah's in the room.
Yo, New York in the house. It's That's
I just said maybe Mariah's in the room.
That's how long her shit go back to.
Maybe Mariah's in the room.
Her shit go back to do.
No, maybe Mariah's in the room. Mariah could be in the room.
I got vocals too.
I'd want to see the Beyonce versus Mariah battle.
Her shit go back, man.
I don't know. Mary's teetering on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. What's good with you and Mary?
Nah, I love Mary. The thing is,
Mary's in that room. I mean, we could agree to disagree. But I'm telling you, Mary, she's in that room, man.
Again,
what's the 411? What's the 411 in my life?
We can't put.
I could give
Mary
you 20 off those.
We can't put anyone in the same room as Beyonce, female vocalist, etc. I just don't know. Rihanna might be in that room though.
You said female vocalist.
Who's gonna beat Beyonce?
So now you just
who's gonna beat Beyonce?
I'm not saying who could beat who. I'm just saying
but who's
in
close?
The room. I'm just saying who's in the room. I don't know.
Mary is not close to Beyonce. I'm not saying that Mary's not incredible and influential, but who the fucking?
They're both in that room, man.
Shout out to Beyonce, man.
Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Mary.
Is Nicki Minaj in that room?
I think Nicki's in that room too. I think Nicki, Foxy, Kim.
Come on, no.
Yo. You know why? You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
You cannot put Foxy Brown and Lil Kim in the same room as Beyonce and Nicki Minaj.
Bro, Drake is in that room. Missy.
Drake.
I'm naming people that in a versus. It's like Nas.
Foxy Brown is incredible. I love Foxy. Broken Silence is one of my. Broken Silence is an incredible album.
It's like Nas. Kendrick is in that room too.
Oh man, listen.
Kendrick in that room. It's not. I'm not doing a certain everything. I'm just telling you artists that when you think about, you know what's the problem? They thought that same thing with the Locks. When we talk about the Locks, niggas thought, Dipset got a cult following. They got the cult following. But you forgot you forgot about the Chain Gang freestyles on the Cluminati. Cause I don't know if you was getting those mixtapes where you was at. So when niggas get on them stages and Foxy start performing verses from freestyles on Clue mixtapes when it was her, AZ, Nas, and Carmega or Nature, and we remember them because it's the fucking
Foxy's incredible.
Yeah. When Kim start going into I got no time for fake niggas and all that, and start going
Foxy, if they
it's
battled,
only 20.
If they battled Nicki,
it's only 20.
It would be rough.
See now you know what you're doing. You having people battle other people that's excluded from the world.
I like a room in which everyone has fair chances.
It ain't no chances. They worked hard enough to get to the room where they ain't even in this conversation.
They're in a room.
They're not even in this conversation.
The Foxy Lil Kim battle would be nice.
You know what's crazy? When the last time you listened to Monster? When the last time you listened to Monster, yo?
Like 4 days ago. I listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy often.
He in that room?
Who, Kanye?
He's in that room.
Oh, yeah.
But when the last time you listened to Monster, yo?
4 days ago.
Cool.
I was driving.
You don't think she deserves to be in that? Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
I just said Nicki could be in the room.
You know why I'm naming these people that's supposed to be in this room? Because verses, and I've learned this, and we're gonna talk about some other shit because this ain't the verses interview.
I think he's the greatest of all time.
Verses is about performance. It's about stage presence. It's about personalities.
Nicki's winning.
You know, it's about time. And all of these people I'm naming, I think when they get on that stage, it's a lot of times you might have the better records. I think Bow Wow had better records than Soulja Boy.
Listen,
Soulja Boy
with
won.
all due respect,
and shout out to Bow Wow, shout out to Soulja Boy. You can't tell me.
I didn't watch that bullshit battle,
but I watched it, so I'm gonna tell you. Soulja Boy played "She Make It Clap" 4 different times.
Well, yeah, because Soulja Boy's got a current record.
But hold on, he played his version. Then he played the remix with French, brought French out. Then he played a version from Nicki Minaj. We never even heard it. We still haven't heard this verse. Niggas like, he played the same song 3 times. No, nigga. He played a version of She Make It Clap with Nicki Minaj that oh shit.
You know what's crazy though? Soulja Boy is
shit got intense one time. Hold on for a minute.
Soulja Boy's records are way bigger than Bow Wow's biggest records.
Hold on, journalist Jay, shit got crazy.
Soulja Boy's biggest song, he might not have as many records, but Soulja Boy's biggest records are way bigger than Bow Wow's biggest records.
I'm just telling you, I would have thought, just like Teddy
Riley
and Babyface. Not my Harlem bias, but I thought, yo, Teddy Riley, this Teddy Riley. And then I forgot, I was like, damn, I was like, oh shit. Babyface did this, he did this. And I learned that shit through what's his name? And then he said, yeah, this is when Babyface fronted. Let me show you how Babyface fronted. He said, yeah, play this next record right here. That nigga broke out an acoustic guitar. I think he started playing When Will I See You Again, like singing it. This is before it was a stage. He was singing this shit to the instrument. When will I see you? Had the feet tapping all that. And I'm like, damn, Teddy Wi-Fi was fucked up. It was so much going on. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter about am I lying, bro? It was like, it don't even matter about the records no more.
Right.
And I think now when Versus came to the stage shit, Earth, Wind and Fire and the Osley Brothers and SWV and Escape, these is groups where it's like, yo, they both got hits. So now it's all about, well, who could sell it more? Who's gonna look better? Bobby Brown had a lot of hits.
Who would you like to see? I would love to see Mary in a versus.
Keith Sweat came up there. My moms was looking at the verses like, go ahead, Keith.
Listen,
like, go ahead, Keith.
Who do you think would make sense? Because I would love to see Mary in a versus. Who do you think she should go against? Mary versus Missy might be solid.
Nah, they in the room, man. We gotta talk about some. Look. I've had media training, right? And it's going on about 5 months. I've had media training. You're not gonna get me to say Mary, the Mary and Beyonce. Oh, that was. I almost fell for it too. I almost said, nah. Look, Beyonce, Mary could. They're both queens. They're both in the room.
You're
that's
right.
Untouchable. Now,
Beyonce's winning though.
I'm just gonna embrace greatness and just be happy that I'm alive to even see it.
But
I'm fucking good.
Beyonce is winning. I don't know who would be close.
You know who wins? Whoever's alive to see it.
Fair enough.
It's free.
Okay,
that's an incredible win. We would get to see that for free.
Who would win if Drake and Wayne battled on Versus? Because they did the tour, the Drake versus Wayne tour.
I don't know. I don't think they would do it, but it'd be cool to see because they did do the Drake versus Lil Wayne.
Who do you think though? Who would you put your money on? You had to bet $100,000.
No, I'm not betting on that.
Who? But you had to. Someone said, "Look, you."
No, I don't have. $100,000. I don't have to do anything.
It's a free bet.
But make sure I fulfill my obligations to the contract that I just signed. That's all I have to really do. I don't have to do anything. But
it's a hypothetical.
I think both of them. I think Drake and Lil Wayne. You know what's crazy to me? It's crazy to me to see like all of the records that Drake is breaking in the time that he's been in the industry. You understand what I'm saying? It's 2021. We finally got like Drake like best I ever had so far.
Yeah.
Going like what? What?
That was 2009, 2010.
Yeah, think about like breaking the Beatles records and I think
Drake probably has more records. I think Drake's probably got like he could probably do a versus with just his features, but I think Wayne can get in the bag, so he can always in a versus battle say, "I signed you."
It ain't even about that. I think with Wayne, we forget it was.
I would put my money on.
It was
Wayne.
1 year that Wayne.
I put my money on.
Was on like 300 something records, involving like all of the leaks he had from him and the features and shit like that. If it's 20 versus
20, I'd put my money on Wayne, just because I think that on stage he'd do better. And he could say some slick shit that Drake couldn't answer to. Like,
I think with verses it's hard to tell because it's about the sequencing, man.
Sequencing is important.
I think that's
performance at this point. It used to not be about performance because people would just play songs and then be on the IG Live like.
Just think of where that shit came from. Us watching it in the pandemic in the crib to now. It's fucking.
It was slowing down
big
too.
Money, big money involved.
I think the Dipset Lock shit put a whole new energy behind it. So shout out to Swizz and shout out to Timbaland. And
shout out to Swizz and shout out to Timbaland for keeping it going past everybody being quarantined and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That was some real shit to figure out a way for people to get money that did it before. You know, you got to think about like fucking Boy Wonder and Hit Boy. You know,
that was a good one. Hey, what up, man? We got to interrupt the interview real quick to tell you about our family at Odd Socks. Now, when I be riding for Odd Socks so hard, man, it's because I really love the product. They got the most comfortable socks in the fucking world. I got a pair of Odd Socks Basics on right now. Go get those. They got the socks, WWE joints, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to The Undertaker, Pepsi, motherfucking, really whatever you need. Some weed socks, Nickelodeon. But really, they got the draws now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm holding a pair of Tapatio underwear right now. You want some Pop-Tarts on your dick? Pop-Tart draws. And these motherfuckers are so comfortable. Like, man. So listen, you got to go to oddsocksofficial.com and use the promo code, the discount code Bootleg Kev at oddsocksofficial.com. You'll save 20% off underwear, the most comfortable socks in the world. Crazy licenses. Not only they got the WWE, they got the Scarface, they got the Street Fighter, they got the Nickelodeon, they got it all. So make sure you hit that website, oddsocksofficial.com. Save 20% off with the promo code Bootleg Kev. All right? Go do that. Shout out to Odd Socks. Let's get back to the interview. You know, now that you're doing TV stuff, and you're doing rapping just because you kind of love it, right?
Yeah, I love this shit, man. My fiance, she be telling me, Jarvis, stop lying. You're never gonna stop rapping. You love it. And I tell her, like, I'm not gonna stop rapping because I don't feel like we're in an era right now where you have to retire or you have to. I look at some like 2 Chainz. I watch 2 Chainz reinvent himself.
Right.
To the point where you don't give a fuck how old 2 Chainz is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't care how old Fab is. Jim don't dye his beard. Like, you don't give a fuck how old Jim Jones is.
Nobody cares anymore.
You like,
it used to be a thing where
you put on
older,
El Capo and you like, this nigga talking.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of, shout out to Heatmakers. It's kind of like at this point, man, it's how you was just giving me some game before we came on camera about, you know, how to keep shit going from this point. Like what I'm doing, like certain shit work for certain people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like where I'm at right now, I love this shit so much. I'm back to the point where it was like, damn, I'm at a point where it's like, do you want to do it? Do you need to do it? Or do you have to do it? You know what I'm saying? And with me, it's like, yo, I remember a time where I was doing this shit and wasn't really looking for nothing from it. And that was the most fun I ever had. I wasn't obligated to, even right now with the Empire shit, I ain't obligated to nothing. I can drop something every day if I want. You know, so it's not like an obligation to anything. You free to do what you want. You free to do this new shit. You know what I'm saying? And they not saying I can't do my music shit. It's just like, yo, we just need you to do this, blah, blah. This is what we paying you for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, yo, bro, you could really just do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not looking for, I got plaques already. I got plaques that I'm still waiting to put up when I move into the new crib. So it's like, you're not doing it for a plaque. And this is another thing. I had to learn. Sometimes you could be chasing some shit that you already got. And I'm explaining this to you. I was ordering my plaques and shit, right? And I was ordering like Young Money Gold album, fucking I Am Not a Human Being album, because I was on 2 records on there and it's platinum. All right, I'll get my plaque. But I never really paid attention to this type of shit. So I would go to producers' houses and they'd be like, yo, Millz, I would go to an engineer house and he would be engineered on an album and he would have a plaque and I wouldn't, but I'm on it. And he'd be like, yo, order. So now I'm ordering my plaques, Billboard plaques. Young Money debuted at #1, hit #1. The second album debuted here, Soulless. So this one was So I'm like, now I'm ordering all these plaques, these Young Money plaques. So I'm like, You know I be on my geek shit sometimes, man. Let me Google myself on Billboard.
Right.
Let me just see. So it's like, damn, I Google myself, look up the date, back search it, all that shit. And I'm like, damn, I was on the Billboard charts when I was still living in my mom's crib. I was on the Billboard charts before I was on the Billboard charts with Young Money, but I just never knew. So I started ordering all them shits. Order No, No, No. Order Who. Order Streets Melting featuring Swiss Beats. I don't give a fuck if it's number 20, if it peaked at 28 and it hit 43, or if it peaked at number 12 and it dropped down to 80 something. You was there. So you need to see that every day so you can know that's not something you need to keep chasing. Chase some other shit.
Right.
Wake up every day, roll you a blunt, and look at that time where you was in the Hot 100 and you peaked at number 23 in 2004.
Was it hard to figure out, like, kind of how to keep monetizing Jae Millz?
Fuck yeah. It was hard because I ain't really have no real management in a time where it was like the whole Rock Nation shit, or people were signing to groups where you're not signed to a manager, you signed to a management group. Yeah. Like, I was just one of them people was like, I know how to record myself, I know how to do all this shit, I know how to put it out, I just put it out. But I'm getting lost in, there's people involved, you need to be a part of a system, some sort of machine. If you just want to put the music out and do the music shit, you need to be with some people that could pick up where you stop with the music, they could pick up with the rest of the business shit. Right. And I think I just got so lost in I just like putting music out. Like, I ain't pressed on the bread, the fame, the numbers. It's like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Once you done been on that, you done been around the world with the whole Young Money shit, and you done had the Smack DVD, the Battle fame, and you know what it's like for Flex to drop bombs on your record and do that. You did. That's why in the freestyle I say, I already did what I came to do. All my visions became true. But I ain't living in the past, I'm living in the now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in that magazine. That was the first magazine I was in. I remember doing the interview in front of my mom. I still lived in my mom's crib when I did that interview.
For people who can't see it on camera,
it's the XXL
with
interview
Eminem, 50,
with
and Dre.
Eminem, 50 Cent, and Dr. Dre when 50 first got with them. And I remember I was like, damn, I felt so excited because I had a whole page. But this is coming from being in the source and like off the radar, having like a piece of the page.
I remember that, yeah.
You a part of shit like that, and you wake up, you look at your plaques, and you look at your kids, and you look at awards and shit for award shows that you wouldn't go to no more if they invited you because you done, it's like.
You performed.
I won, shit, and if I never do it again, I'm grateful enough to know, yeah, that's what God put that in your life for that moment, for you to get to some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I don't think people be grateful for the shit they already done, because sometimes you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing with the plaque shit. It's like, yo, if you look at all this shit, you be like, am I really still trying to like bust my ass to get on the Billboard charts? Or am I trying to get on the Billboard charts for you? Like, am I still trying to go platinum? Or am I trying to go platinum for you? For you to be like, see, I told you my nigga could do it. Nigga, I know I could do it. Even if I don't do it, I just choose not to do it because got some other shit going on. But when you don't have nothing going on, it's hard. How I'm talking right now is talking from a standpoint where it's like, yeah, I'm up here. Don't Call Now is available on all platforms. But if you don't stream it, my bills are going to get paid.
Yeah. It's important, man.
The Range Rover, they're not going to come take it.
Right.
I don't owe anything on my jewelry. I don't owe anybody anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like nobody owe me anything. You know what I'm saying? So I could talk like this, and in my mind, it's like, I see why when people get to a certain point, they just be like, yo, man, I'm doing this shit because I want to. Like, I don't have to. You know how like people be like, I don't really have to do this shit. And that shit just sounds so generic. Like, it's like, nah, I'm doing this shit because I love it. So you should love the shit that I give you even more, just knowing I really don't have to do this shit.
Right.
You know?
That's fair. Yo, what was like the creative process? Let's go back to like a record like Bedrock or like a record like Every Girl. Like, how would you guys record those together, or would you guys?
We recorded Every Girl and Bedrock together, and once again, I'm gonna speak to the genius of Wayne real quick. Wayne formulated that whole Every Girl Bedrock type shit. Wayne changed my whole verse around on Bedrock. The end was the beginning, and I think the beginning was the end, but he was like, yo, it sounds better on a walk-in. Just shit that he known from being with the Hot Boys and shit like that. And he shared that with us. Like, he used to always share that shit with us, like, yo, I'm gonna get on these records with y'all. Like, I'm gonna sell it with y'all. I ain't just gonna throw y'all out there. So that's why he was on Every Girl, he was on Bedrock, he was on this, he was in the videos, he was bringing us on stage with him. He was doing all of that because he was trying to sell it. So really, that was Wayne's idea. The Bedrock, the Every Girl video, with all the different type of girls getting out the video,
right.
Like skinny girls, big girls, small girls, white girls, black girls, this religion, this religion. That was his idea to make it seem like we like just kept getting out the car. Like, yo, we just gonna be in a factory with the car. And we just going.
So Drake, Nicki, Jae Millz, everyone's in the studio together during this time.
Nah, not for Every Girl. Nicki bullied her way on Bedrock. Shout out to Nicki. She was like, no, y'all not gonna put out another single without me. Like, because Every Girl was like something that we just did.
Yeah, she's not in Every Girl, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Every Girl was something we did in, I want to say Hollywood somewhere. Or somewhere like up there off Sunset. You know them like the hotel that got a studio in the hotel? I forgot. It's one of them sexy shits like on the whatever. Long story short, we did it in there, and yeah, we was all in there together.
That's crazy.
We was all in there together. When we did Bedrock, Lloyd wasn't on it. Omarion was on it. When we first did it, and they got leaked, and I think Wayne he didn't fuck with no leaks. So when it got leaked, like they was trying to like
switch it up,
still use the record,
but
and that's why when the final record came out, it was that.
It was.
I ain't
Lloyd.
gonna lie. I will say this, man. Wayne don't get enough credit for a lot of shit. Like with the whole Young Money shit, like when you think about where we was at with it, like Drake was Drake from Degrassi and Nicki was Nicki from the DVDs and the mixtapes and Gucci and all of that shit she was doing, and I was me from the Smack DVDs and mixtapes and all of that. But Wayne was Wayne. He was on the verge of it was right before Lollipop. He was on the verge of becoming Wayne.
Right.
When he became Wayne, 1 million records sold first week, Carter 3, he took everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if before it was artist bus and we all had different buses, it was, fuck it, y'all just on my bus. You know what I'm saying? And I give him a lot of credit for that because he didn't have to put us on the stage with him at the height of his shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of too many artists at that time of his like level that was doing the shit that he did for us.
Was there ever anyone that you knew that almost signed with Young Money that didn't end up working out that would have been crazy?
Damn, I don't know. I can't really remember. It was a few. I remember Omarion. I thought that was gonna be cool. The whole Omarion thing. I don't know what happened with that. I remember Lloyd. I don't know. It was, people was probably hitting Wayne up like crazy. I remember one day I was with Wayne, and he was like, "Yo, boy just hit me up about getting with Young Wayne." I was like, "Who?" He was like, Noriega. This is like a while ago. This is like when Nori was
doing reggaeton.
Kind of probably around that time. He was still
the Nothing era.
Booming. He was still booming.
Yeah, probably Nothing, reggaeton, Hoy Mi Canto, one of them.
And shout out to Nori, man. Like Nori, one of them people. I don't really speak to him too much, but when I speak to him, he always tell me about myself.
Hey.
He always, and I used to go back and forth with him, because we probably smoking or drinking.
Right.
And it's probably coming across like, yo, and I had to realize like, yo, I used to listen to this man when I was in the 9th, 10th grade, 11th grade. You know what I'm saying? I used to ride to school and listen to the War Report and NORE. And I remember first time I heard Fab was on a Clue freestyle with Nori on air.
Oh, wow.
Rapping over Money, Power, Respect. So when I talk to people like that, it's not really about rap no more. It's like, I don't really care about doing a song with you. Like, I ain't really even tripping on doing a Drink Champs interview.
I'm sure that'll happen.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like I get more from you answering the phone, answering a text message. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm in town, like, yo, I'm here, I bet, link up, let's link up. I get more out of that than trying to get some publicity or market something or
right.
like, nah, you interviewed this one, I need to come promote. It's like, nah, man, just answer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that with a lot of people. Like, shout out to Young Guru. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just hit Guru. Like, yo, just checking in, just saying what's up. You know, like once I was in the studio with him and kicked it with him and he started telling me, yo, Millz, it'd be crazy if you take your battle and turn it into an NFT. And it's like, and I'm sitting there like, yo, this is Jay-Z's engineer. Like, he giving me game.
Right.
I'm in his crib, giving me game. Open his door to me. You know what I'm saying? So I value shit like that more than, yo, let's do some music. It's like, man, I've been doing music for 20 years, man.
Would you do battling anymore?
I probably would, but not at this present moment. Like, I got a lot of other shit.
Bag's got to be right.
Oh, the bag got to be stupid right. The bag was right when I came back. So, you know what I'm saying? The bag was right when I came back. But there's so much money in the battle rap shit, man. Good transition. This is a good transition. Journalist Jay, good transition. I was watching, was it Summer Madness the other day? You don't keep up with the battle culture? Man,
I used to, and it just became a lot,
another
dude.
one, bro. It's just killing me. Battle culture, yeah. Shout out to Smack. Shout out to URL. Shout out to Caffeine. Shout out to I saw the Geechee Gotti Calico joint. Mook, Reed. Shout out to K-Shine battle. Chess and Easy. See, these is people, and I noticed this. I noticed with my platform and with my new platform and shit like that. When you speak about these type of things, you gotta highlight shit. You can't just glaze over shit, because I was one of those battle rappers before that a nigga only shout out the headliner. Like, yeah, shout out to Mook and this. Right. And it's like, nah, it was a lot of other niggas up there that got busy that day. It's a lot of other niggas that went to work that day. You know what I'm saying? They was up there trying to get a back end, hoping the nigga don't bump them, hoping the nigga, right. You know what I'm saying? So I still try to keep myself tapped in with that culture. That's why when you ask me would I still battle, it's like, hell yeah, shout out to Head Ice. Head Ice ain't no young boy, but he a god with the battle rap shit. That's another sport where Father Time don't catch up with you in battle rap. Father Time don't catch up with you in rap. I just watched Nas win a Grammy. I was with Nori in Miami when Nas won a Grammy. And he was FaceTime, he was hitting him like, yo, you did that for Queens. And like, I was with Nori, speak like just how everything just come full circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I was with him when he FaceTime Nas. Like, yo, you just like, it's just moments like that for me now. It's past music. It's past trying to create a musical moment. Like, I don't want to hit 2 Chainz and be like, yo, I need a verse. Like, you did a verse for me when you was charging $100,000. Right. All I want for my birthday is a big booty girl. Millz, just send it. You ain't never got it. It's certain people that did shit for me when I was coming up in my music career, throughout my music career, when I might have been at a downtime and, you know, I needed some help with some shit. It's a lot of people that might have helped me with things. And right now, people might be like, yo, why you don't hit so-and-so for a feature? Why you don't hit this one for a feature? It's like, nah, because that person already did shit for me that I don't even give a fuck about the feature. The other shit that they did was more important. That shit meant more to me. Like, now, I'm more into some shit like, yo, can I get you for my show? How many minutes can I get you for this segment I got for this?
Right.
For this? You know what I'm saying? That'll mean more to me. Fuck with me now in this new shit I'm doing, because I ain't going to keep asking you for no. And to keep it real, majority of the people that did a lot of shit for me in the industry did it for free. I can't really tell. I could probably count on 3 fingers the times I paid for a feature. Now look at
which features were those?
Now I ain't gonna throw them out there like
Come on. Who'd you pay for? You don't gotta tell how much. Who'd you have to pay for?
You wanna know something crazy? They all from New York.
So who'd you pay for?
Because I wouldn't want to put it out there, but I'm just saying
people pay for features.
I'm just saying, no, people do, but I'm just trying to show the love that I've gotten since
everyone else.
I first came in the game, through ups and downs, before Young Money, with Young Money, after Young Money, my independence. like when I was just a mixtape nigga with no nothing.
I know you had mentioned
show
that
love.
you and Vado might be doing something like a project. Is that something that's still even on the table? Like,
Yeah, you know what it is with the joke with me and Vado. We always go back and forth like we gonna do this, go do that. Never get around to it. So I don't know. But V is my boy. V is like one of my fucking best friends in life. Like I knew Vado before we was both rappers.
I think he was the first guy. Like I remember the slime shit. He was,
and we got that from Nori.
And
we got that from Nori saying that shit in the video. Like,
yeah, no, it was Nori and then Vado and then yeah.
But we say that, we acknowledge that. We from that era. We from the era of like how we was talking earlier about like Stretch Armstrong and Cam and Jewels going up to Stretch Armstrong. Or major figures going up to Stretch Armstrong.
Shout out to Gilly.
Shout out to Gilly and shout out to the major figures, man. I don't speak on a lot of this a lot, but I remember when major figures was like the thing, right? And I was one of them kids. I used to be listening to Stretch Armstrong on Sundays, taping it, because I know when whoever come up here, they gonna rap, whether it's Eminem and Royce, whether it's Royce by itself. That's how I found out, like, yo, this nigga Royce the 5'9" is nice, because he would be, so I know this Gilly and them would come, they go up there, they mob, they kill it, they flow and they spit, and they got their shit down. But one thing I always used to notice is I know that this show is being recorded in New York. So that means they came from Philly, they come from a whole nother state. This nigga Royce the 5'9", they came from a whole nother state to come up here and just rap, just get their shit off. At that time, to me, that's what I wanted to do. It's like, I just want to go everywhere and get my shit off. I want to rap. I want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it reverts right back to the like, yo, even if I wasn't making no money off of rap, I'd probably still talk my shit.
Were you around Young Money, Cash Money when Gilly was around?
No.
Or was that prior to you?
I wasn't around for that. That was before me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to think like the folklore of whether or not he helped Wayne write.
I don't think Gilly wrote for Wayne, but Wayne is the type of person, if you're around him and you nice, I ain't gonna act like I don't know you nice. It's like, yo, I got some shit. Yo, tell me how you think this sound. And if you be like, Millz, I ain't gonna lie, I think on the other part, you could have said that shit like, and I'd be like, you know
good
what?
idea. Yeah, good idea.
Good looking, my shit. Good looking, I appreciate that. I bet.
It's probably some shit like that.
You wrote for me? You write for me?
Right.
Because you might not even be as nice as me. You write for me? And I'm not saying like the Gilly and Wayne, but I'm just saying like, I'm one of them people. My boy's sitting right there. Done been many times, like once we done got comfortable enough to the point where he don't look at me like, oh, that's big, bro. I can't just tell him. I don't want to tell that nigga that shit. Once it got to the point where he could be like,
you should say it this way.
Think
or
you
or you could deliver that better.
And then it'll get to a point where he'd be like, I think, well, maybe you probably could have said like, instead of saying this, it's cool. Does that mean you write for me? I just sat up here and told you on Bedrock. The end was the beginning was the end. Wayne told me, hey, Millsy, come out the booth real quick. I think you should start it off. She ain't, and when she miss, that's better. And then leave the other part for the other. Does that mean Wayne write for me?
Right.
It's my man. It's my boy. We working on the same product. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at it. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Other people might look at it like, nah, I don't be wanting nobody to help me with nothing. That ain't cool. If it's me and it's, all right, let's just say at that time, it's me, it's Gutter Gutter, it's Tiger, it's Wayne, it's Drake, it's Mac Main, it's Nicki. Before we even go in the booth, we gonna say our verse for everybody. In a circle. Yo, turn that down real quick. All right, got it. Everybody like this. I don't think we the only crew that used to function like that. I think before you go in the booth, Cam wanted to hear your shit too.
Right.
And Cam gonna be brutally honest. And Wayne gonna be, it was times some people might not make it to a song. It was songs I didn't make it to. Because Wayne might hear that shit and be like, nah. Or he might get to the studio and we already done put verses on shit before he got there. He playing back, listen to it, be like, oh nah, Mills, gotta kill you on that one. Take that verse off.
Right.
Fuck, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, fuck it. We probably about to do 8 more records tonight. You're not thinking about it like that when you in that crew mode and you in that. It's my niggas. We bombing on. We just bombing on shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking like that. And I think TDE, he wasn't thinking like that. Q ain't in there with Ab Soul and Kendrick and all of them when they was doing their thing. And it's like, you just bombing on shit. You just bombing on shit.
Yeah, that's a fair point. With the new thing you're a part of, you can't speak on all the way yet, right? That's on.
Shout out to my partners, man.
Some sort of art. Like, what made you, I guess, want to pivot out of doing the music shit more and doing the video shit, and then maybe kind of being more of a personality?
Man, I'm about to sound crazy right now. Well, me and my boy, shout out to my boy Lennox. If anybody really been following me, they know in the pandemic when the whole quarantine shit started, we started a podcast. Me and my boy right there, we started a podcast called the Loud Opinions Podcast, right? I would pull up at his crib. We invested in some lights, some speakers, some mics. I got a laptop with GarageBand. Let's get a mixer. Let's figure out how the inputs and how to do this shit. All right, that work. Set up my Osmo Pocket right here. You got an iPhone 11. I got an iPhone XR. Let's order some Amazon tripods. Fuck it, I think this how it worked. I film you from this angle. I'm gonna film me from this angle, and I'm gonna film both of us on this angle. Go home, get on YouTube, learn how to fucking edit multicam.
Right.
So now I'm editing our shit. We ain't getting no views like that. You go pull it up right now. Real shit. I ain't gonna lie, you can pull it up right now. Ain't getting no views like that, but we doing it. Probably did about 14, 15, 12. Probably like 14. We do like 14 episodes, right? So we kind of had a point like, yo, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Is this shit working? Is it worth it? Do it make sense? We fell back off doing it. I put out wood panel walls. So when I put out wood panel walls, by now, we shooting videos. I'm telling him like, bro, I know angles. I got the camera to the point where he went and bought a camera. Bro, let me get nice through shooting videos by shooting your videos. He was paying a dude to shoot his videos. You don't gotta pay me nothing, I'm your boy. But when I need a video done, I'll show you what I know. And in return, we could just bang out. So we doing that, we shooting videos and shit. So now from the podcast, I learned how to edit. That taught me how to edit the videos. So now I'm shooting the videos, I'm editing the videos. I do wood panel walls. I'm like, yo, let me try some shit. I'm just trying shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get more traction with the project. I'm like, let me do like a little documentary. So I set the tripod up in the studio, film myself talking, I take pictures, video, all sorts of shit. Make a little documentary. The dude, I later find out the dude who came to me with the opportunity for the job, shout out to my boy Harrison, he came to me with the situation and I thought it was fake. And I was like, yo, just tell me how much y'all could pay me for what y'all need me to do. You know what I'm saying? So he told me and I'm like, all right, because you gotta remember I don't got no manager, I don't got no agent, I don't got no nothing. I just happened to check the email one day and it was like, yo, we want you to do this, da, da, da.
Right.
Let me just reply to this shit. So I replied to it and I'm gonna just fast forward to the point of what made me want to transition. He was like, yo, he's 23, 24 years old. So I had to ask him like, yo, what made you think that this was, what the fuck made you come to me? You know what I'm saying? And think that I could even do this shit. I don't have no history in doing this shit or nothing. What made you? And he was like, yo, I saw your podcast. I watched your podcast episodes and I watched your documentary. He said, and then from there, I went and looked at your battles and all of that. So I'm like, damn, if we wouldn't have never been doing the podcast and I wouldn't just still have that there for you to go look at 15 episodes of personality.
Right.
and range and different conversations and laughing and joking and all of this shit.
You might not have had that opportunity.
I might not have had the opportunity. If I never would have did that documentary, that at the end when the credits roll, it say directed, shot, and edited by Jae Millz, you wouldn't have came to me and gave me equity and made me an executive producer and brought me in a writer's room for some shit. Right. But you already know I could do this shit. So when I'm like, yo, this shit is too good to be true, they like, nah, this is destined for you. This is perfect for you.
That's fire, man.
You know what I'm saying? So when it's like, yo, God brought this to me. That's why I be like, can't nobody be like, if it wasn't for me. If it wasn't for you, what? You ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't even have a team of people that I got to split my shit with now.
Right. Which is even better.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Even like better.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like, yo. And I could get up here and be like, when you ask me, would you still battle again? Fuck no, I don't need to fucking battle, nigga. I'm over. It's like, nah, I love that shit. I would probably still battle for free. You know what I'm saying? Because it was never about them. And people gonna see that now.
Yeah.
They gonna see that now with this era of Jae Millz. You know what I'm saying? I'm engaged. I'm fucking planning a wedding.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's
you know what I'm saying?
fun.
I appreciate that, man. So
I'm married. Planning the wedding is the least fun part about that.
But it's fun to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fun to me because it's some new shit.
Then you got to figure out who to invite, who not to invite. Okay, how much is it per plate? That's the thing.
Let's talk. How
much is it per plate? Oh, no, we're going to have to cut about 50 motherfuckers off.
This is the problem with my fiance. She going to like this part of the interview. I'm going to talk about this wedding shit too, right? Yo, why people just think that they're going to be invited to your wedding?
I don't know.
At what point in life did this start where people just tell you, yeah, because at your wedding, nah, you might not even be at the wedding. What are you talking about?
I had about 85 people at my wedding. It was like, I got to keep it under 100.
You vaccinated, man?
Yeah.
You want hit the blunt?
Yeah.
I ain't hit the blunt then, man. I'm not vaccinated. But
you told me that after I hit the blunt? The way he said it was like, yo, are you vaccinated?
Because
all right, cool, you can hit it then. And then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm not vaccinated.
Because I was going to tell you.
Enjoy that Corona.
I was going to tell you.
Jesus Christ.
I get tested every week, right? And my daughter, kids, they get tested at school, all of that.
That guy just hit me with the.
But I heard in like, I don't know if it's New York or New Jersey, I heard they not testing the kids. They only testing the teachers. I could be wrong. I'm just talking shit. I could be wrong. But I would be real nervous if the kids wasn't getting tested. Because kids is like, they real careless and they just,
plus playful. You won't even know if they have it. Because most of the time, if a kid has coronavirus, they're usually asymptomatic.
That's true.
So you might not know. You'd be like kicking it with your kids, taking them over to grandma and grandpa's house. Grandma and grandpa die.
Yo, you know what? I was just telling you about the song, the Feeling Like Mellow shit, right? It's so crazy. Like I always tell you, like anybody who know me know Carmelo Anthony, my favorite basketball player. They know. I'm not saying he's the best.
He's your favorite. That's fine.
My favorite, right?
Of course.
Cool. So been following him since high school. So I always used to like kind of like run my career like parallel to Melo on some shit. And I always used to say, I used to be like, yo, you know what's so crazy? The only thing I'm missing is like a solo major album that has done all of these miraculous numbers. But it's like, well, damn, is that for me? Or is that for argument's sake of the fans or argument's sake of your friends and people that, because for me, I did way more than I thought I would.
Right.
When I step back and I look at awards and plaques and I look at shit like that and how long I've been doing this shit, and people come and go. People don't last 20 years.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I be trying to tell people like, bro, I was a kid. I came in this, like I got my first deal at 17. I was a fucking kid rapper, kind of. You know what I'm saying? To do the battle shit and do all that. So when you get to this point, man, you be grateful for a lot of shit. You don't look down on nothing. You try to look at what's gonna be the fucking next move. What's gonna be the next the next thing that I could be a part of on some Jae Millz branding myself shit. Not like I'm a rapper. It's like, nah, I rap. You know what I'm saying? I rap, I direct, I produce, I write. You know what I'm saying? So everything, bringing it back to the mellow shit, everything with me is like, always felt like the underdog. So I always felt like I had to do more. Always felt like I had to put out more freestyles. I got to put out more mixtapes. I gotta post more tweets. I gotta be, because I can't get lost in shit. And in trying to do that, it's like niggas are overlook all the shit you did. So it make you step back and it be like, hold on, what you did? What you did? And then when I had my downtime, that's why I said them bars I was telling you, it's like, yo, I could see how Mello could feel like, damn, so it's always me. So I'm always the problem. All right, cool. I'll take that. Last time I was here, I said, bro, anything that ever happened in my career, I take the blame for it. I can't blame nobody else. I'll take the blame before I blame somebody else because I sleep better like that. You can rewind to the last interview. I said the same thing. Mello took the blame for a lot of shit that wasn't his blame. You know, wasn't his fault. But he still took the blame for it. When he was out the NBA, niggas ragged him. That nigga over. He can't, blah, blah, blah. He came back, Portland.
Did his thing. Yeah. Proved he can still play.
Now it's, oh, Mello. Don't call now. I be prepared for that shit. That's why I always say, man, you be in this shit for as long as I've been in it, you're going to have some ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But it's about how do you handle the ups and downs? How do you deal with people that when you came back down, they showed you what it really was?
That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn that shit, man. Like that's some shit I had to learn that. Thinking everybody your friend, everybody your homie. Nah, if I thought everybody was my homie, everybody was my friend, I would go sit and do this with everybody.
Right.
I know everybody.
That's fair.
I know them. I know what they doing. I know when they shows come on, and there's plenty times that you could have had me come sit down and talk. Right. Now listen to me talk. You know what I'm saying? Like it was plenty times where a nigga could have.
Are you gonna do the podcast? With the new situation, that might be able to make sense for you to try to bring the podcast back.
I was thinking about bringing the podcast back. You know, they're not telling me like I can't do no other shit like that. So and that's and just the beauty of it. Like when I was looking at the contract, it's something that I already was doing before this. So it's something that was already in motion. You can pull it up and see that I was doing it. So it's not like I took a new job. Right. On doing it.
Well, we can't wait to see what it's gonna be. Hopefully, we'll be announcing it soon. The album is out. We're gonna have man. We'll have you come back in like 6 months.
6 months.
Whenever you announce this thing.
I'm gonna be real. I'm just waiting for them. I'm just waiting for the announcement and the little press release thing. And then I'm right back here.
Rhythm and Flow Season 2. Rhythm and Flow Season 2 with Jae Millz.
Man, this guy here
guest judge and host coming soon to Netflix.
He's
really
like
soon.
Incredible.
I'm just kidding. Anyway,
shout out to my peoples.
I have absolutely zero inside information. So if I guessed that correctly, it was not your fault.
I'm not on Netflix.
There it is. It's not Netflix.
I'm not on none of that.
So he's gonna be on HBO Max. Anyway, appreciate you, man. Hey, look, Jae Millz. Go get the album. Don't Call Now. And the freestyle's out. So go watch the freestyle.
Oh yeah, I'm nice, man.
Come on.
I'm always gonna be nice. I'm always gonna be able to talk my shit.
You can't lose that.
That is what it is, man.
Boom.